Hello, this is Sharif from Petra Gems, and today we're going to discuss diamond fluorescence and whether it's a positive or negative vector in a diamond. So, in this video, what I'll do is briefly discuss whether diamond fluorescence is a negative or a positive vector and in what color ranges. How does it affect the price? Um, what range is it bid in? And then well, I'll use some useful tips with you on what to do and what not to. So, again, if you have questions, email us at sales@petragems.com. We're here and we're here to support you and give you the best possible information we can. So, let's get started. Fluorescence basically is a glow that a diamond emits under ultraviolet rays or light. So, sources like sun or even fluorescent lamp, but the bigger issues is definitely under the sun or ultraviolet rays, where it's in front of the sun. Does the stone emits fluorescence, and if it does, is it negative? Does it affect the visible look of the stone? Does it become cloudy? Does it become oily? And if so, then it would be a negative picture. So under UV or ultraviolet rays, if you see this image, which is very helpful. So this is under ultraviolet light. This is how fluorescence would look in the non to very strong range. Versus here in normal lighting, you could normally not see. I mean, if we showed you two stones, one with fluorescence, blue fluorescence, one with none, you most probably would not be able to tell which one has fluorescence and which doesn't under normal lighting. So it's very hard to tell. Now, do all diamonds have fluorescence? Not really. Out of all the diamonds that were submitted to GIA, only 25 to 35% of them had some degree of fluorescence in them, and out of that 25 to 35%, only 10% or under 10% of the diamonds of the 25 to 35% only had effect that was considered negative, or that in which the stones in those stones, if you had it under ultraviolet light, they would have some kind of oily or hazy look to the stones. Only of the 25 to 35, again here, of this, only 10 under 10% of the stones had some kind of effect, a negative effect on the stones. So that's what GIA found. And now the question is, does it affect the price? Yes, and it could be an ally in your case if you're on a budget, and I'll explain how it could be an interesting factor with which you could play in different color ranges. So it does affect the price, and I would say it affects it in it's one of the 7 factors that I consider as important factors when you're comparing the prices of a diamond. You have to take these 7 factors into consideration. You can't really talk about the fluorescence or any of the other factors in isolation. You have to combine all to consider the price of a stone. So this includes the other 6 factors, which is the shape of the stone, the carat weight, the color, clarity, cut, and then certification. Obviously, if it's GIA graded, it means it's very accurate, and it costs money to get it graded by GIA. So there's going to be some kind of an impact on the price if the stone comes with a GIA certification, because more assurance means more money. I mean, more assurance definitely comes with a higher price tag, right? So GIA and AGS are some of the best labs. And so let's get back to the fluorescence. Let me explain here in detail how as dealers we look at fluorescence. So in the none range, again, it's from none to very strong as per GIA, the range. In the none range, it's excellent in all color ranges, right? None is always great. Faint blue. So now there are very few, maybe 1 to 5, maybe 2% of the times there are some fluorescence that's not blue. So it would be a green, or yellow fluorescence. But in most cases, fluorescence is of blue color to 95 to 98% of the time. And so when we say faint, it means faint blue, okay? So in faint blue fluorescence, it is considered a negative factor in D to G color. G is the borderline. It's kind of where I get neutral. I prefer no fluorescence until G. And then in this, you should get up to 6% discount. As you go in higher color, H or above, fluorescence is actually starts to become a positive factor because in H and I color, the diamond naturally has some kind of yellowish faint. And because yellow is a complementary color to blue, what happens is when you mix the faint blue fluorescence with the H or I or above colors, what happens is even though GIA would grade it as a H or I color diamond, but it would look more like G color diamond, and I color diamond would look more like H color diamond. So that's why it's a positive factor. And so you might get some discount, but don't expect a lot, maybe 0 to 3% in faint. And it's obviously, in my opinion, in most cases, a plus. Again, medium blue in D to G color range, it's a negative vector, and expect 4 to 9% discount and in this color range. And then above, again, medium blue is considered somewhat positive, and so I wouldn't expect a lot of discount, but 2 to 6% generally is common. And again, in H and above color, it could be a positive factor because it could make the diamond look whiter than it actually is. The same strength blue is a negative factor, and because as it gets higher, the percentage of discount that you should get, especially in this premium color ranges, should be very high. So 12 to 18% discount in this color range, and then it again could be a positive. I've seen it being a positive factor in H and above color ranges where it makes the stone look really nice, like G color and F color, and therefore small discounts of 5 to 11%, just depending on what it does to the stone. And the dealer would look at it and see how it affects the brilliance of the stone. Based on that, you should get this much discount. And in this range, I would strongly advocate for a strong return policy. So in case something goes wrong, or if it affects the stone negatively, at least you have a good return policy to return the stone in case it's not as per your expectation. It's good in all cases, but especially in strong blue and very strong blue, do the same thing. It's a negative vector again in D2G color, 15 to even 25% discount. And then again, it's also when it could contribute positively to H and above color ranges, I would still expect a high discount because of just the negative psychology that it creates among consumers and dealers alike. Strong blue and very strong blue could be hard stones to sell, so therefore expect a higher discount. And if it doesn't affect the overall appearance of the stone, and if you get this high discount in these two, it could really work well for people with budget constraints. And so these are some of my tips. Again, if you have any questions, just let us know, and we would be more than happy to work with you. Our email address again is sales@petragems.com. We're 5-star rated. We provide the best possible input. We work with other dealers, so we have no reason to give you wrong information. All the stones we have are from other dealers, so we'll give you very objective and honest information, and we just charge 5 to 8% markup. So it's totally worth our experience and the support we provide. So good luck with your shopping. Thank you.